Hey Curtis, I was recently hired to be a garden consultant in Tucson, Arizona. Hey, cool. I'll be in Tucson actually next week. My company installs raised bed gardens at homes using a mix of 35% compost, 20% screened red dirt, 20% composted pine, 10% pumice, 15% cocoa chip. Similar to Eric at Steadfast, our compost sources are very salty and I suspect not very finished, waiting on compost analysis to return. We are seeing universal deficiencies in nitrogen and overall stunting of growth across the board. Man, that sucks. I believe the soil mix is too porous, leading to nutrient leaching and faster wilting. What do you think about this mix? How do you feel about foliar sprays and soil drenches in the situation? Should I try regular applications of compost tea or something, or should I just clear beds and mix in as much nitrogen as I can to stop getting it tied up? Uh, legume cover crop, everything for a season. Thanks, man. I know it's a lengthy left field question. No, it's a great question. Yeah, so I mean, what you're really dealing with, what's in the mix there isn't really that important, because all of that stuff, maybe the pine, I don't know why they would put composted pine in. I've never seen that before, but whatever. Um, it's how broken down the compost is, and probably what's happening is if you're having a leach off of nitrogen, it's because the compost isn't broken down very well, and that was what happened at Steadfast. It was basically unfinished compost, so it still had time to break down. So you do get benefits of organic matter in your soil, but it's going to suck up nitrogen. So will compost tea break that down quicker? I don't think so. I think you would just be better off going in with nitrogen and supplementing that. That compost stuff will break down over time. But it sounds like it's probably just unfinished. So I would just be supplementing with nitrogen. I think that's what Eric did. You know, some kind of nitrogen organic meal type fertilizer will definitely give you available nitrogen relatively quickly, as well as, you know, if you had a fertigation, you could do something like a fish emulsion into your fertigation. That's also what they do down at Steadfast Farm. So probably something more like that. And yeah, it's unfortunate. Certainly, if you had the luxury of being able to do what you suggested at the end here of a legume cover crop for the rest of the season, and that wasn't going to make you go bust because of lost production, that's certainly a good, that could be a good thing to do, because it will let nature do the work. So that could be a good idea depending on your context. But there's some ideas for you there. You know, to what you do specifically really depends on even more details of what you're describing there. But yeah, you definitely need to supplement your nitrogen if the compost isn't delivering it to it. And you definitely want to create an environment that will help break that compost down quicker. Unfortunately, if compost is in a stage where it's breaking down, it's not really great to go crops in there. Unfortunately, that's just kind of the reality of it. But you can. And Eric did for an entire year, but his farm kind of suffered. Like they lost something like six figures in lost revenue because of that lack of production. So it's a drag, man. So I feel you. You know, you got to do your diligence on compost. And Eric thought he did too, but he was kind of, I don't know if he was lied to or if he was I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to imagine that somebody would lie about, give you compost tests to say, oh, this is this and this is where it is and this is how long it's been aged for, and then show up with a different product. That just seems so sketchy. But who knows, man? There are people out there that do sketchy business. So